Hello and welcome to my latest speed build. I'm simclairbear and today I'm going to show you my Storybook Bungalow. I call this Storybook Bungalow because it looks a little bit like out of a storybook. So first of all, the inspiration I got from Pinterest as usual. If there's not much to do when I'm waiting for the bus or whatever, then I normally scroll through Pinterest, and whenever I see something that I find interesting, I just hit the save button and try to build it sooner or later in my Sims. So this time I was going for a house that I would normally not build. The style is for me a little different from the things I usually do. I try to do it as best as possible. Maybe I could have done it better, but yeah. So that time roofing was super interesting. I liked it though. Normally I'm really kind of torn between liking roofing and hating it. This time I really loved it. Even though that it was not that easy, but I think I nailed it at the end, so I'm quite happy with the end result. Next thing, I started to build this house on this very tiny lot. I think it's a 15 by 20. It is way too small for the house, and with this size of the lot I wouldn't have fitted any garden or whatever, so at some point I just moved to a bigger lot. It's just the next to it, so if you can see at some point that it's a different lot, then it's just a transition. I just saved it in my own library and replaced it on the other lot, and then just went on building. You can also see then sometimes in the background that there's the first version of the house still there. I didn't delete it. Okay, so this one, I really like the exterior. It's all wood with this white beams, and we have two fireplaces that I also tried to put somewhere. I did it somehow with debug and somehow without, but you will see it when we are placing the fireplaces. So also the style is I think very clean, with just white and this wood, and then the darker roof tiles. I have to admit that when I was working this week, I constantly thought about this build. I always was like, okay, I should place that here or something. I should need to do something around there, and then I just started little sketches during work, just that I remember all of my thoughts. And I finally ended the build today. It is Friday. So right after work, I headed home to finish the build. And I'm quite happy that it's finally done, because I was really happy to show you the build. I also had to change the exterior a little bit from the picture of Pinterest, because it did not look the way I wanted it to look, so I had to change that a little bit. And I placed some flowers and some bushes to make the exterior look a little bit nicer, not that clean, because I thought of this house as being a family home with maybe 2 children. The furniture is also furnished for like 2 children and some parents, and therefore also the exterior cannot look completely nice and clean, because there would be some life. So yeah, here you can see I tried to do the fireplace chimney thing. I wanted to have it at the exterior so that you can see it. It did not really work the way I wanted it to. So I really tried around a little bit here before I finally got the matching things for that one. And I also wanted to place a garage. The garage is somehow functional, so you can enter it and you can place things in there. obviously, because we still don't have cars in Sims, sadly. You cannot drive your car in there, but it would be possible if there would be functional cars. At least I tried to make it look as if it were an actual garage. Yes, I mean, you would have to be a very good driver if you can see this driveway. You have to make quite a turnover, so you have to be a good driver if you're living here. I really love those little stone things because they make it look as, you know, like, I don't know, I just really like them. I try to place them at every build I have, I think. And also, yeah, gardening. I thought of this house also that the mother maybe would be one that would love to be in the garden and to plant some flowers or bushes or vegetables, crops, whatever. So I also placed a little bit of landscaping. I also thought about placing a gate here, but then I just didn't want to place it because it looked weird. So I just erased that idea out of my mind. And so the interior is, so we have an entrance area where there's also fireplace and some sitting possibilities. So if you would have guests, so that would be the main area to talk with them or to make a quick discussion or whatever. There's also a mudroom, so you can enter the house from the side, so that the mudroom is also somehow the wardrobe, maybe somehow. Then there is a little desk office area. Maybe someone in the family would need to do some home office during Corona pandemic, whatever. So I also thought about that. Then we have a small bathroom downstairs with only like a toilet and a sink in there because you don't need much anything else. Then there is another fireplace in the living area. The living area is quite open, also with the kitchen. And in the kitchen there's also a pantry. Then the second floor there is the laundry room. Then we have two normal bedrooms, one maybe for a little bigger girl or boy and one for a smaller child. And then there's a master bedroom also with a master bathroom. And there's another bathroom that can be used from all other people in this house. Got it. So the master bathroom is accessible from the master bedroom. I wanted to have a shower in there and a bathtub. I don't know, because I had space and I really like the idea of having both, because if you cannot decide what you want to do, just have a quick shower or taking a bath so you can have both. The kitchen. The kitchen is quite bright. I also wanted to place an aisle with a stove, and I really like this idea of this bin where you just place a dishwasher underneath one of the cabinets and then you just shrink it, you size it down so it's not visible anymore, and then you can place some bins under there. I really like the idea. I just love how it looks. So here's my own built-in shower, and this is the master bathroom where I also placed some own cabinets under the sinks for more storage room, so it looks a little bit like, you know, like more real life. I still think we would need so much more stuff. No CC stuff, because I mean there are beautiful CC pieces out there, but yeah, not everyone wants to play with CC, so it would be awesome to have more different furniture to place. It's really just at some point, you know, it's really hard to find pieces that really fit if you have some style in mind or whatever. I also wanted to place a TV, so I decided to just place it inside the fireplace. I think it works miraculously. Also the couch had to be quite large because I want that family to be very open, also to have friends over, so they also have a very large table with lots of place to sit. And I also wanted to have here a small reading area where you can store all your books, and then you can just sit there and read, or you can also watch TV from here if you want to, if you prefer that. So I really tried around a few different ideas that I had here for this little nook. What else about this build? Yeah, the color is pretty pastel, I think. Not really. I did not really have a color scheme in mind. I just wanted to place what I think looked best. Also here, this little desk area that I already talked about a little bit is quite custom made. Also with all the lights, I just wanted to have some details to make it look a little bit nicer. Then I also thought about extending the garden area with so that there maybe would be a parent that would love to do gardening. You have a clothes rack, then you have you have everything you need in this house actually. And there's still lots of space if you want to add something else. So also the pantry, I did not put anything in the pantry yet because yeah, we also would need more stuff for a pantry. So you can place whatever you want in there, some racks or whatever. If you want to play with Sissy, you can also put there out very beautiful vegetables and stuff, and this kitchen stuff thing from Sissy style. And again, whenever I do accessories, I just hop from room to room. I really do not have a way to do it. I just really try to, yeah. I'm really chaotic when it comes to placing accessories, and I never do room by room. I really just do, I just look through everything that there is, and I would think, okay, that could look good in the kitchen area or whatever. So that's quite chaotic, so this part of my speed builds are always a little bit jumpy. So that room for the girl, I thought, she would be some way artistic, she would paint a lot, and the boy would love animals. And you can also just change the rooms by changing the color swatches, so you can, if you would love to have two boys, whatever, you can just change the color swatch and you do not have to place all new furniture. You can though, obviously, but you wouldn't have to. Yeah, paintings, pictures. I think there are a few good ones, but I think it's really hard to place paintings for me. It's really a process. Either I place too many or too few, and it normally looks weird if I'm placing paintings. So yeah. And also with the curtains, it was also a little bit a thing because I would love to have the same curtain in the same room, but as you know, if the windows are different, you cannot place it unless it looks weird. So I really tried a little bit around with curtains this time. And normally if you play Sims, you do not even look at them, so it would be so unnecessary to place them, but yes, I just had to. I think some small details just makes it look like there are people that live in it, and yeah, I think that's always quite important. So the build is actually up on the gallery. You can find it if you type in my name, simclairbear. There you can find all my builds that I ever did and uploaded. And yeah, here I also placed a little garden area again, because I think lots of bushes and flowers, they just have to be there. And that's it. That's finally the finished build. That took me like 3 weeks to do it, but it's done. It's a small house, but yeah, I think I would love to live there. So the question is, would you? I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you comment. Please subscribe. Next video is going to be up every Friday. There's coming the Legacy Challenge videos, and the speed builds or the building challenges, I will just upload them whenever I have one ready and finished. So thanks for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day.